Hello everyone. Before we start today's video, if you could all do me a solid and lightly tap the like button, perhaps share the video about and leave a comment. If you are not subscribed, subscribe as well. It would greatly help this channel. Thank you very much. Hello everyone, welcome back to a Megon 2 Electric Boogaloo. Today we are going to talk about the 2022 American romantic comedy film Bros, directed by Nicholas Stoller from a screenplay that he co-wrote with Billy Eichner, who are also stars and executive producers. Budget for the movie is $22 million, distributed by Universal Pictures. The film itself received positive reviews from critics, but it grossed $6.4 million in its opening weekend. It didn't do very well. Now there could be a number of reasons for that. One of them actually concerns Billy Eichner, because Billy opened his mouth and said a few things he probably shouldn't have said. And in doing so, while giving his movie publicity, gave it the same kind of publicity the Ghostbusters all-female reboot got. The negative type, where something was shoved down everyone's throats that in turn led to an inevitable consequence. If you want to appeal to the casual viewer, the one thing you don't do is alienate them. Well, he did that. I couldn't help but notice, by the way, the official trailer 2 on the Universal Pictures YouTube channel, the UK one, got 42,000 views, 414 likes. That is not a good ratio. Usually it's 1 like for every 10 views. You should have a lot more likes on that. A zero's worth at least. Then again, you've also only got 36 comments. Some of those are spam accounts. Others pointing out that if you don't like this film, you are a buzzword, which I'm not going to show you yet because we're not there. I've got to set you up. I have to dawdle. So that's the video is longer. To address the issues concerning this rather unfair and terrible opening weekend for the movie Bros, Billy Eichner took to Twitter and asserted that he is incredibly proud of this movie, describing, to help this, an experience of covertly watching a sold-out screening in LA during the weekend. As this is part of a Twitter thread, I'm going to read the whole thing. Last night I snuck in and sat in the back of a sold-out theater playing Bros in LA. The audience howled with laughter start to finish, burst into applause at the end, and some were wiping away tears as they walked out. It was truly magical, really. I'm very proud of this movie. Rolling Stone already has Bros on the list of the best comedies of the 21st century. What's also true is that at one point a theater chain called Universal and said they were pulling the trailer because of the gay content. Brackets, Uni convinced them not to. End brackets. America. Yeah, etc., etc. That's the world we live in. Unfortunately, even with glowing reviews, great Rotten Tomatoes scores, an A cinema score, etc., straight people, especially in certain parts of the country, just didn't show up for Bros. And that's disappointing, but it is what it is. Everyone who isn't a homophobic weirdo should go see Bros tonight. You will have a blast, and it is special and uniquely powerful to see this particular story on a big screen, especially for queer folks who don't get this opportunity often. I love this movie so much. Go Bros, heart emoji, rainbow emoji. There are a number of issues with this Twitter thread, so we should go through each tweet in turn to point out the issues. The first tweet you mention, howling with laughter at a theater in LA. They suck on their own farts. Of course they're going to howl with laughter at it even if it sucks, as long as it pushes the right message. The story could be crap and people will still laugh at it. Don't forget here, an overinflated sense of self-importance is quite common in that region of this world. In the second tweet you mention best comedies of the 21st century. It's 2022, there are 78 more years yet. I doubt it's even going to break the top 1000. And as far as the gay content thing being pulled from other studios, that could have been spun and you could have made bank with it. Third tweet. All those reviews and scores, yes, but they don't matter, the audience do. And certain parts of the country, maybe you should have hyper-focused on the right parts then, the parts that you would have appealed towards. A final tweet, everyone who isn't a homophobic weirdo should go see Bros tonight. It's a very nasty way of backing people into a corner, where you think by calling everyone that doesn't go see it homophobic, which in turn makes you look like a bigot that will use buzzwords thought-terminating cliche for the sake of it to get a point across and to make bank. I didn't think this would be about money. Surely this is about representation. But you need the money for the representation, right? Especially if your career is supposed to be going up and this one makes people not want to invest in you as much. But then again, some people are just gluttons for punishment and will continue to waste money on things that might not be as good as they could be. The problem I have is, I can't say if Bros is any good or not. All I've got is the synopsis from Wikipedia, as I will not be going to a cinema, as there isn't one near me, just to go and watch your movie to then insert in this video if it's any good or not. I just want to point at the fact that you are basically having a dig at straight people in certain parts of the country for not wanting to go see your movie, while also in these 4 tweets making it seem like America is yet again the center of the world, which you really need to stop doing. I know America, yeah, coming again to save the motherfucking day, yeah. But at the same time, it's probably not the wisest move to alienate people that would otherwise be perhaps interested in watching something a little different from all the absolutely trite trash produced by Disney, which is reinvention, rehash, and superhero movies, which all follow the exact same pattern, but with a minor twist which makes it totally unique, especially if they've lost their powers. Now, Billy Eichner has pledged that he will be retweeting and tweeting everything Bros for like the next year just to spite everyone. Go Bros, he loves this movie. Of course he does. He wrote, produced, and starred in it. But another tweet of interest that, I will admit, did tickle me. Box office, as we all know, has nothing to do with the quality of a movie, and tweeting about a movie you haven't actually seen is meaningless. That's just Twitter BS. The majority of people who see Bros really love it. Go check it out and see for yourself. Shameless self-promotion. In a tweet criticizing those criticizing him. Not necessarily criticizing the movie, by the way. Criticizing you for calling people homophobic. Also, an additional point I really should have made earlier. You mentioned that straight people haven't been going to see your movie, or nor has your queer community, apparently. Have you considered perhaps incentivizing them going to see it as well? It's not just the fault of the straight folk that your movie is flopping. An additional one could be the claims that were used as a bit of a get-out-of-jail-free card that IMDb was being review bombed. A lot of movies do get review bombed, but whether or not there's any truth to it being the applicable factor here, I cannot say. At time of recording, the film has been out for 10 days. The box office has made 7.4 million. Even to promote this movie as well, which would cost millions, this would have to make at least 4 times what it has currently made to potentially break even. There's a chance if it goes to a streaming platform, that could be where it makes its money back, but otherwise, it's going to struggle. When a movie comes out, many pay very close attention to the opening weekend. If it doesn't do as well in the opening weekend, it is then regarded as a flop. When it is reported as such, many are then less inclined to go and see it, which means the law of diminishing returns really does come into full effect. And unless these same people that have already seen it once go back to see it several times over, you're going to struggle. Billy Eichner is obviously very passionate about this movie. There is a chance this movie as a rom-com could fall well in the place of rom-com movies. For me in a bin, but for many that enjoy that type of movie, it could well develop a really good following. If Billy Eichner could do himself a favor and not use buzzwords to try and garner attention, because as you now know from this alleged review bombing, if you go to war with the internet is going to clap back. You can use all the victim words you want, but the internet will not let you go, and they're going to hold you to that for all your future projects as well. They really are a merciless bunch. Just thought I'd remind you of this.